Hi, welcome to my channel Zazaline. My name is Janeta, and in today's tutorial we are working on this bag. So this is combination vinyl and fabric. It has a few pockets, so we have two pockets at the front. It has the recessed zipper. It has a glow in the dark zipper, which unfortunately you can't see now because it's not dark. And when you open it up, it's fully lined and it has two pockets inside. So the one pocket here is just a little bigger slip pocket, and then on the other side we have one more pocket, and that one is a zipper pocket. So again, fully lined, and yeah, it's a decent size. I don't know if you can see when I wear it. It's pretty good handle size, not too big, not too short, so it's easy to put on, easy to take off. If you are looking for something, you just open it up. It opens quite wide, which I like. Yeah, nothing too complicated. I would say it's a beginner kind of a little more advanced bag. There's nothing really that difficult, just the bottom piece. When you are putting it together, you have to go around the corners, but yeah, if you have done this before, it's gonna be a breeze. So we have the vinyl in the back, vinyl at the front, and the rest I used fabric. Don't forget to subscribe. I make videos like this every week. We are working on different projects. Usually it's bags, pouches, but lots of different things. Sometimes I like to combine it with iron-on patches and embroidery designs and a little bit of everything. So please subscribe, hit the like button below, comment if you have any questions, suggestions. I would love to hear from you. And you can find this pattern on zazaline.com. So let's get started. Okay, so let's go over all the things we will need for this project. So let's start with the zipper. So the shorter one is 9 inches long. The longer one is 18. I'm using the glow in the dark zipper just to add a little excitement to the project. The smaller one doesn't have to be glow in the dark because it's gonna be inside. But anyways, so the longer one is 18, shorter one is 9. Then we have straps that we are gonna make ourselves, or you can use if you have straps already made. You can add that too, but anyways, I am using 26 inches, and you will need two of those. And of course you need the pattern, which you can find on zazaline.com. And I already prepped all my pieces, so whatever needed to have interfacing, I already put interfacing in. So again, what kind of interfacing I was using, I will write it down, so you will know exactly what I used, and I will provide a link where you can buy it. So mostly for this project I'm using Decovil light and heavy. So the heavy goes on the bottom piece and light goes on the sides and all the other pieces. So this is the Decovil light, and it mimics, it's almost like a vinyl, so kind of the same consistency when you add it on a cotton. Then if you have your own tag, and I will be using the double side tape. So let's start with panel A, which is the front pocket. And when you get the pattern and you see fold, that means you have to cut it like this. You fold the fabric and then you cut around, so you have double the side. And you need the front pocket, you need the lining and interfacing. And I already put the interfacing on. I usually make it a little bit smaller, but it doesn't matter. You can use it as the same size. And I'm using Decovil Light. So we will put these together. So you put them wrong side facing each other, just like this, and you're gonna go on the top right here. Now when you're done sewing, you will flip it over, and now you will need the iron. You have to press it down so it's a little easier to top stitch. So I will move to my ironing station. I will press it down and I will be right back. Okay, so when you press it down, now it's easier to top stitch. So we will go back to the sewing machine and we are just gonna top stitch right along this edge. Okay, so I don't know if you can see the stitching, but it's all done on the top. And now we are gonna grab the panel B, and again there's a fold, so you have to make sure it's double the side. And we will attach this piece, because this is the front pocket, and we will attach it to the main panel. Now we are gonna find where is the midline, because we are gonna sew a line in between. So we are gonna make 2 pockets out of this one big one. So let's find the midline. So you just go in half, mark it, and you can do a tiny little notch, and the same thing here. Okay, so when you find midline on both sides, obviously you can do a little notch in here, because you would destroy the panel. So you just do tiny little notches here, notch on the bottom, and just do a pen mark here. And now we will line it up. And just make sure this is straight, and the midline is in my case here, so that looks good. We will attach the sides. I think what happened, my cotton when I was ironing shrunk a little bit. Sometimes that happens. So make sure before you cut the design, you iron your fabric so this doesn't happen to you. It happened to me a few times before. It depends what kind of fabric you are using. But as I was putting the Decovil Light on the other side, the whole fabric kind of, it's 100% cotton, so it shrunk a little bit, and now it's tiny, a little bit smaller than my original design. Anyways, so now let's go to the machine, and you can actually secure it more with pins if you want to make sure it doesn't move on you. So let's do 1 pin in here, just so we know where the midline is and where we are supposed to sew. Oh, this is a little crooked. Okay, so this is the midline. This is the midline right here. There. So this is our midline. This is where we are gonna sew right in here. And if you want, you can sew on the sides too, just to secure the whole panel. Okay, so now we secure the pocket on both sides and in the middle. I already added my tag, so if you have one, now would be good time to add one. And now we created two individual pockets on the front panel. Okay, so once this panel is done, we will grab the D. The D is the bottom panel, so you will need lining, you will need the actual bottom panel, which I decided to use vinyl, and then you need the interfacing. For the interfacing on the bottom, because I want the panel to be a little bit more stiff than, let's say, this panel, which is almost the same consistency as vinyl, I used Pellon Decoville 526. So the 525 is the lighter version, this one is the heavier version, and you can see it's a little bit heavier, so it's gonna give us a little bit more stiffness to the bottom panel. So we are gonna flip it the wrong side facing up, and we will secure these two. So you are gonna sew right along the edge on the bottom, about 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeter. Okay, now we will open the panels and we will top stitch right here, not on this fabric, on the vinyl side. And just try to go as close to the edge as possible. Okay, now we are gonna attach the other main panel. So again, we are gonna be back to B panel, and we are gonna put it the right side down. So the good sides are facing each other, and we are just gonna top stitch or sew on the edge on the bottom right here. Okay, now we will top stitch the same way as we did here. So don't stop, don't top stitch on the orange part, or on the main panel, but you want to do the same thing. You want to repeat the process. So we want to see the stitching on the bottom panel. So right here on the black part on the bottom panel. So this is how it should look like. We have the top stitching on the bottom. Now we are gonna attach the side panels. So we are gonna take the panel C. We already have the interfacing on, and it's the same interfacing as I am using for all my pieces. So it is the Decoville 525. So this is the lighter version of Decoville. Okay, so this is going to be a little tricky part. We have to attach this piece to both pieces. So we want to put it the right side down, and let's clip the side. Make sure you align it well on the top. Okay, now you will bend it down once you get in here. And then bend it out, bend it again, and attach the other piece. Okay, so it is gonna be a little tricky because you will have to go this way, and then this way. Okay, so the outer shell is done, and I know it is a little challenging, but to make it easier, just do it piece by piece. So attach this piece first, finish, line it up, go across, finish, line it up, and then sew again on this side. And yeah, when we have this one done, we will put it on a side. So now we are gonna work on the top zipper. So let's prep that one. So we need a zipper end. And what we will do, we will fold it in half, mark how much space we have. So we have about 3/8 of an inch. So I will need my pins. And let's just mark this area, and we are just gonna sew this end. So right here we will just sew the top edge. Okay, so once this is done, we will turn it a little bit so the stitching is in the middle. We will put it down so we are looking at the nice clear, and go all the way to the end. And now we are just gonna top stitch. You can go a little bit further and just top stitch right here, about 3/8 of an inch. Okay, now we will simply pull it like this, and we have a beautiful clean edges. Now this is a little rough looking. Oh, sorry for the noise. Let's cut it a little so it's nice, clean, and now you can tuck it in. Don't know if you can see. I'm sorry about the noise in the background. My kids are home today from school. They still have the winter holiday, winter break, and yeah, when you have 3 boys, it's quite loud in the house. Okay, so now once we have this tucked in, we will go around and we are just gonna sew the edges. Okay, so the end of the zipper is done, and now we are gonna work on the front. So let's just open it up, and we will take our panel E, which is the top zipper. So we do have the lining and the main panel, which is already interfaced with deckable light, and we will prep the zipper. So we need the end to go 90 degrees. So you just pinch it, hold it in place, pinch it 90 degrees, and hold it in place. Okay, so once you prep it like this, you go to the sewing machine and just do a few stitches just to secure the curve. So let's take the lining and the panel, and we are gonna put them good sides together. On one end, you're just gonna sew this side, nothing else, just this one side. Okay, now you can open up the zipper. So this one side is connected. So we will take our zipper at the very end and we will fold it over. Okay, let's secure it. This is gonna stick out a little bit, and then we will secure the rest. So it's like a sandwich. The zipper is in between these two. And then we will take it to the machine. And we are gonna sew only up to here. We are not gonna go all the way back because we still have to fold this part. Okay, so we left this open and we can cut a little bit here at the end and the other end, and we will open it up now. Okay, so this is how it's gonna look like. And now we will bend this down, so I'll fold it down on both sides. You can actually press it down with the iron, it's gonna help you. You can press down the whole thing and bend it on both sides. I'll do this off the camera. It helps a lot when you press it down. So on both sides, make it nice and flat and fold both parts inside. And then we are gonna go back to the machine and we are gonna do top stitch all along here. So we are going to repeat the same process as we did on this side. Okay, so we can cut the end so it's not in the way. We will cut the tip a little bit, flip it over, push the end of the zipper out, try to get in the corner. Okay, and again we can press it down so it's easier to sew. And so this is what we should end up with on both sides. Okay, so this is how it should look like. You have two equal parts. You can zip it up and it should line up here and it should line up there, minus few millimeters off. That's okay, you can fix it if you undo this and fold it a little bit more. I don't feel like doing it, I'm okay with it. Okay, so let's work on the lining now. So we have the outer panel done, we have the top zipper done. So let's do the inside pocket. This one is very easy. All we have to do is just fold it, the good sides facing together, and we will go around. We will leave a few inches open on this side. Otherwise, we are gonna do these three. 1, 2, 3 sides, leaving this open. Okay, now again let's cut the corners so it's easier to push them out. Just make sure you don't snip the stitching. And we will open it or flip it over the right side out. Okay, so I flipped it inside out, ironed it, so now it's nice and flat, and we can take the, so this was K panel, this pocket, and you had to fold it, so it creates this pocket. Now we are gonna take the F panel, which is the front and back main panel lining, and we just want one piece because we are gonna attach this pocket on this piece. So let's leave the opening, because we have a little opening, let's leave that on the bottom, and we will find the midline, do a little snip snip so we can see where the midline is. Okay, Now the same here. We are not gonna do any snip on the pocket. That would be a disaster. We just want to make a little mark with a pen. Okay. Once we have that, again, this opening is gonna go on the bottom. Midline, midline. Okay, so let's leave it somewhere in the middle, because we are still gonna have a few inches on the top. So about here is good. And let's take our good pins. I usually poke myself. We are not best friends with the pins. Okay. If you want, you can pin it on the bottom too. And you're just gonna go around. Oh, yeah. Yep, I always poke myself. And we will go around, and as you go around, you're actually gonna close the gap here. So when you are sewing on the top here, because this is the top of the pocket, just go back and forth a few times, because this is gonna take a lot of abuse, because when you are going in and out from the pocket, we don't want this to open up or tear away. So yeah, let's take it to the machine and do all 3 sides. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it as one big pocket. If you want, you can sew in the middle to have 2 smaller pockets, but I'll just leave it as it is. So let's put this one on the side and bring the other panel, which is also the K panel. That's the other side of the lining. We are doing 2 pockets inside, and we have J. So J is this one, and we will put a zipper on this pocket. So we will have one that is just slide in and one with a zipper. So what we are gonna do now, first we are gonna prep this fabric a little bit. So let's place this way. And so we already have a picture how it should look like. We are gonna transfer this picture on the fabric. So what we can do, we will very gently take little scissors, and let me switch my scissors to these ones, and we are gonna open it. So sorry, let's just unclip it so it's easier. And okay, now we will put it back and clip it well. Okay, this is gonna be easier than actually drawing the picture. Then you can take a pen, any marker. Let me try this white one, and you will get inside and just go in the gaps. And that way you will know. Did it show? Yes, yes. Okay, it worked. Good. I can see the design in there. Okay, and then you can make a mark where see, that way you don't have to measure anything, draw anything. I already did that for you on the pattern. Okay, excellent. Let's take it off. and we can see the pattern here. So what we will do, we will again find the midline here, snip, snips. Okay. Now we have the snips here, and let's say the pocket is gonna be, we can do it a little bit lower. This is how deep it is. Okay, I think this is good. So we have it lined up. We will go a few inches. I would say this is 1.5 inch from the top. And just secure the sides. Just a little note, you have the lining, the large piece is the right side up, and this pocket is the wrong side up. So the good sides are facing each other. Now we are gonna sew along the rectangle. So you can go a little bit wider, a little bit bigger, depends on the size of your zipper. If you have something a little wider, like I have a number 5, you want to go a little bit bigger. So just do few millimeters. I think that would be 1/8 of an inch wider. So go outside of the box a little bit of the rectangle. Okay, now when you have the rectangle, I went a little bit bigger than the picture was showing. We can remove the pins, we don't need them anymore. And let's just, we will cut through all the layers. So right in the middle. And then we are gonna cut through both layers. We will go to here. Now we can follow the picture. And there. One side, other side, and the same thing here. So you go all the way till the end. And make sure you don't cut into the stitches. Okay, there we go. Now we will take this inside. Okay, so now when you press it down, we are gonna take our double-sided tape, and that's gonna help us to keep it in place. So just at the very end, and both sides. So now when we have the tape in on both sides, we will place this around the fabric. Okay, now we can go back to the sewing machine and we can do nice rectangle top stitch all around to secure the zipper. Okay, so now when we have a nice rectangle around the zipper, we are gonna flip it over and we will attach the pocket. So you just flip it or fold it, and we will go all around and we will close it. So we don't have to go on the bottom, obviously, because that's already folded, but we are gonna go around this area. Oh, there's a little bit of the zipper glue around this area, here and here. So don't sew it directly on. You just have to go like this. Okay, so you fold this away, just put this fabric away, and you want to sew here about as much as it allows you. You see there is the zipper. You go over the zipper, then we can cut it off later. Then you will put this on a side and sew here, and the same thing here. Okay. So the pocket is done, so we just went around, and now we can trim off the zip, this little piece. We don't have to, but let's keep it nice and clean. There we go. And so we can put this on a side. That's our inside pocket. And now we have nice big pocket for inside. So for the next step, we are gonna need one side of the lining, so one of the pockets, it doesn't matter which one, and the top zipper, and then we are gonna introduce a new panel, the eye. So I already prepped it, and I have interfacing on the other side, on both sides. And what we are gonna do, we will first find the midline, and let's do a little snip, and we can do that on both sides, and again tiny little snip, so we know where the midline is. We already have midline here. And we can do the same on these pieces. Just tiny little one. Okay, and so we will place it this way. Make sure you don't do this, otherwise your pocket is going to be upside down. So the pocket has to be close to the zipper. Okay, you will place it, so this is, we are looking at the pocket, we are looking at the right side of the zipper, and we are gonna line up the midlines, because the lining is gonna be tiny little bit bigger. And then we will place this the good side down, and let's line up all the notches so we know it's in the middle. We will clip it in place, and we will take it to the sewing machine, and we are gonna sew on the very end about 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, or for all my fellow European people who work in metric system, it is 1 centimeter. Okay, so when we are done, this is how we did it. We open it up, and we are gonna iron this part so it holds in place. Okay, So when it stays in place, you can clip it. We will grab the other piece that we prepared before. So that's the one big pocket. And so again, this big pocket, the opening is towards the zipper. So this way, not the other way. Okay, and we have the midline, so we will match it up, and we will take our other piece, which we prepped earlier, and we are gonna line up all the notches so we know it's the midline, and we will do the same thing we did on the other side. Okay, so when this part is done, we will put it on the side, and we have to do a few things on the sides. So we are gonna take G and H, and we will do the following. So we are looking at the good side. We are gonna put the good side down. The same on this side. And we are gonna use again 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, and we are gonna sew along the edge. Okay, so now when we have the two sides done, we will put one on the side, take the lining back, and let's go on this side first. So we are gonna place these together. So make sure they are lined up nicely. And then we will keep the zipper out of the way. This whole thing you can kind of roll up, just so it's not in a way. And we are gonna sew this one side. Okay, there we go. So just again 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so once we do one side, we will do the other side. So again, we will place this, the good side down. We will make sure they are aligned. Let's put this out of the way, and we can again clip it in place here, and we will sew along this side. Now we are gonna attach the other side. So we will take this again, this end, and we will place them together just like we did the other two. Exactly the same thing. We are gonna sew on 4 sides. So this is the third, and then this is gonna be the fourth. So at this point, this is how it should look like. So all 4 sides we have sewn together, and when we look from the top, we see the recessed zipper actually on the bottom, kind of like sunk in. And now we will, the last piece is the piece D, which is the bottom lining, and we will attach this piece to this piece. Okay, so you clip it all around. This space with the multi clippers, that tells me that I cannot sew in here. We will leave this open, and you want to have at least 4 inches right here where you are not gonna sew in this place, otherwise you are gonna go around. So the sides are done, or the bottom is done. So we went all around. We just kept this opening, so that's for later on. And we will put this on the side, and we are gonna work on the straps. So you can do any type of strap you want. I just wanted to make it a little fancy. So I actually have webbing, and I have my vinyl. That's what I've used for the main panels, and we will need a double tape for this. So what we are gonna do And again, you can make them as long as you want. You can just do little handles. You can just use the webbing by itself. It would be okay too. So let's prep the straps. So I already prepped one. So we are gonna do this one the same way. So this is 2 inches wide. This is 1 inch webbing, double side tape, and we will just use it for the very end. We will do the whole side. So press it down, make sure it's securely pressed down before you peel it. Let's do both of them. Okay, then press it down. Okay, and then now let's do one at a time. So let's peel one side and we will fold it over about 3/8 of an inch, 1 centimeter. And press it down. When you are done, just go over again one more time so it's secure. And now let's do the other side. Sometimes it's hard to get the tape off. Let's try the other side. Oh, there we go. And the same. So it's about the same or a tiny little bigger. So if a little bit of orange is showing on the side, that's what we want. If it's exactly the same, that's okay too. But try to do the same distance from one end to the other. There we go. We will clip it in place. And now when we take it to the sewing machine, you just want to do the side. So you go at the very end and very end, because don't forget, you don't have too much space in here and we want to catch it right somewhere in the middle. Okay, so about this much and this much, just at the very end of the webbing. So the straps are done. So that's how it looks on the outside and inside. And it's up to you which way you want to sew them, which one is going to be your top and bottom. They both look nice. We will take the back, the main outer panels, or outer shell, I should say, and we will flip it inside out. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so this is how it looks. That looks very pretty. I really like this bag. Okay, now we are gonna attach the straps. So it's up to you. If you want to have them like this, that could be, or if you want to have it like this, black, that could be too. I think both ways look nice. Okay, so once you decide which way you want your handles to go, I think I will go this way. You measure 1.5 inch from this side, 1.5 inch from this side. I think this is gonna be a good placement. You can do 1 to 1.5 inches, and then when it's gonna open up, it's gonna be like this. So yeah, somewhere around here. Let me measure to tell you exactly what we have in here. So yes, we have 1.5 inches exactly. So 1.5 inches from here to here. So let's secure it first. Make sure it's not twisted. And we will measure the other side. So we want again 1.5 inches, which is about here. Okay. And we will do this on both sides. And just go to the to your sewing machine and go a few times. Just attach it, just the very end. Okay, so once you have the handles, the straps attached, we are gonna take our lining and we are gonna, so obviously you have to open up the zipper. And this is gonna be a little tricky. We'll put it in. Make sure the handles are inside. Tuck it in like a little baby. And now we are gonna attach the lining to the outer part. So you just want to line it up as much as you can. Let's clip it in place. Okay, so once it's clipped in place, you're gonna take it to the sewing machine. And again, we are gonna do the 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeter from the top, and we will go all around. This time we are not leaving any gaps. We will do one solid circle. So the last thing we have to do, not the last, almost the last, we have the opening here that we left before in the lining. And now through this hole, we are gonna take or flip the whole back around. Just like a birth. So once you flip it inside out, we are gonna seal this hole on the bottom of the lining. And again, the iron is gonna help you. So you just want to close this hole. So you will take it to the sewing machine, and just on the very edge, you're gonna close the gap. Okay, so once you close the gap, we can push the lining inside. And I promise this is the very last thing we have to do. Okay. So now we have to push it all the way. So we want to see the thread hanging. We want to clip it all around. And this is the lining extension. So we are not gonna sew in here. We are gonna push this down. And so right here where you have the handles. Okay guys, this was the last bit. We went around, closed everything down. This is how it turned out. I'm very happy how it looks. We have nice two pockets on the inside. One is the zipper and one is the sliding pocket. And yeah, it's a decent size bag. We have two pockets at the front. Thank you for watching and sticking with me till the end. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment below, hit the like button. We are working on these projects every week. I try every week, 7 to 10 days usually. We mostly make bags, but we are working on other projects too. The nice thing about this bag is this zipper is glow in the dark. Just a nice, fun little feature. Yeah, so you can do any combination you want. I did a black bottom. You can add little feet if you want. You can find this pattern on zazaline.com. You can also find the zippers on my website. And yeah, enjoy, and I will see you next time.